Mm.
We're not going anyplace scary.
Time for foot slogging, boys! The biggest on the boss! Which button makes this thing go? Send me to the fight!
What's happening? What's going on? Where are we going?
Fox is the biggest and the strongest! Kill the other boys! Fighting and winning!
Please, no more kissing. Time to move, boss. Time to fight. Give the order. Yeah, the order. Say it, say it.
Alrighty. Hello, hello. It's your boy. May not have muted myself for a little bit there, so hopefully I didn't interrupt the intro too badly. But we're late anyway, so we'll call it a draw. It's all haggard anyways. Let's see. Hop into our game here. Okay, there we go. We will hop into multiplayer. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if I'm assuming they didn't wait and continued on. So hopefully we'll get like a second round or something, but let's see if they waited. Let's refresh the bracket here. It does not look like anybody has started yet, so maybe we're good to go. I'm not sure. Let's see what we have Eshin, Peasant's Pasture. Okay, so this one might be one because this is game one. So this would fit the any our Luminarchs of Hish legal. Tragically they are, my friend. Any games up? Up. And if not, it's all good. I might just play some quick battle if we're waiting for a round, or if yeah, the RR takes out 1/5 of Scarlet. It's the Luminarchs don't have a lot of applications, but they do have some, and the ones they are good at are very good, and Lord Sniping still is very good. Round one's coming in right now. Perfect. Let's get to it. So it looks like a replay is coming in. Grimbat Corn versus Empire. Go to replays there. Skadoosh. Alright. Oh, my apologies. Let's get to our replays. Alright. I have a feeling that we might see a Luminarch here. Just an inkling. It's funny that he preluded that in the chat. I'm so bad. Yeah, it's rough. Like Luminarchs can be very annoying to deal with if you have nothing to shut them down. And a good Empire player is not gonna try their best to not let you shut them down there. So it can be very obnoxious. I think in general though they probably, I don't know, it's rough because like if they're not accurate, they kind of like have the potential to never pay for themselves, and if they are accurate, then they're just devastating. So maybe it's just like they cost less and do less damage or something. Anyways, for Corn, we have Scarbrizius. He's just got Rage embodied. And nope, he is Slaughtered in Carnage as well, which is the intensity effect over the game of getting kills, which will up his weapon strength. We have the Hellforce Host, which is a very good ROR. Exalted Bloodletter. We have another Exalted Bloodletter. Just two of those. We got Chaos Chariot. And for the mobility, we have Chaos Furies, Marauder Horsemen of Corn, and then two Chaos Warhounds of Corn. On the other side, just some similar skirmish moves. We have the Templehof Luminarch shooting into Scarbrizius. Going to be painful if he connects, which he almost certainly will. We have Horsemar with his Grand Hammer Sigmar, Grand Shield of Faith, which is the damage resist. And that's about it. Pretty bare bones Volkmar, but he does do magic damage, so at least he ignores the physical resistant demons. We got 3 swordsmen, 4 spearmen. We have 3 archers, 1 spearman in the back, 2 Empire Knights, and then 2 demigriffs, one being the deadly Royal Artdorf, the Artdorf, the Altdorf Griffites, which have the new Glorious Charge, and they're menacing. And I forgot an HQ piece, the Jade Wizard with his little regrowth, because why not? Very class. Although, you usually have a monster for those, so I will say that it is usually a monstrous thing. Yeah, Scarbrand already taken a shit ton of damage from said Luminarch. Luminarch has a net, I believe the RR does, so it just netted down those Furies, which are going to die to regular archers pretty well. Another shot coming in. It's pretty homing, so unless you get a really good juke, you're not going to be able to juke it that much. And that's another thing, is like, if it's going to be super homing, it's going to be like all very rarely misses. It should probably not do like devastating damage. Unless it comes at a high price, which I don't know what the Temple Wolf is. I think it's like 2,200 or something. Chaos Warhounds routing off to the Empire Knights, and Altdorfs, no surprise there. Some of the skirmishers are trying to get around, but they're not really seeing too many openings, although they're kind of running around here. Empire Knights, if they stay on their toes, will obliterate the Warhounds. They will obliterate the... Not obliterate, but they will kill the Marauder Horsemen of Khorne for sure. Altdorfs charging into Marauders of Khorne here. Getting a pretty good charge there. Disrupting the front engagement of Khorne, so they come in more piecemeal and gross. Chariots look like they're taking some damage. They got shot possibly by the Luminarch and probably some archers, along with the Volkmar coming in here to disrupt them. It looks like they may be getting into a side charge of these archers. Are these archers reforming in time? They kind of are. Yeah, and they get just kind of a sad charge instead of a down the line charge. They're getting swarmed by demigriffs, and they're just gonna die here. They're just gonna die horribly. Marauder Horsemen of Khorne going into Empire Knights. Again, these guys are actually not that bad in combat with their 44 weapon strength there. But it's just these guys are 110 armor, so they're gonna outlast them for sure. You don't want to be in prolonged engagements with those. Volkmar chilling around. Scarbreezy's coming out of the woods here. Scarbrand might have want to be more, I don't know about more aggressive, especially on this map, but yeah, there's a good chance you always want to start kind of near the woods with the big boys there, just in case, and then you run him out, and then you try to get on to he has a direct attack. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Let's see if he tries to dodge. You can try to dodge these. It's not usually doesn't go too well. But that's another devastating one, and that just nearly took half of Scarbrand's health. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely horrendous. And I think Vulcan might be able to actually dodge those, but I don't know about a Scarbreezy. He's about to die here. Yep. And he gets smited into another realm, disappearing back to the realms of chaos for Daddy Khorne to beat that ass. Yeah, Scarbreezy is dead. Yeah, the Luminarchs are quite annoying. Like, Empire has a lot of stuff in their arsenal, you know, right now. They have a lot of strong stuff. They have a lot of overpowered stuff that's just straight up banned. But even the stuff that isn't banned, like, is kind of absurd. They felt like OG, not OG, but like older Cathay, where it's just like, it was layers of OP. There's like, my dragons are really good. My infantry's really insane. My cannons just kill every other artillery in the game. Scarbreezy's got wrecked, obviously. Hellforce Host and these guys didn't really get in. And then it wasn't really able to crack that sideline with his mobility, because the mobility of the Empire was just far superior in that one. You activated my trap card, Luminarch! No, exactly, dude. Like, those things are devious. They just obliterate. Like, it'd be fine if they could miss, but they just really don't, usually, so it's just like, damn, dude. Alright, round one. Okay, so we're just gonna go down the line here until we have a live game. Because it looks like round one's coming in still. So I guess it's just called round one. Oops. Not that one, Chief. Uh-oh. What does Muscle Man say? Uh-oh, bro. Yeah, okay. Let's do this one. This looks round one-y. Eshin, yes. Just want to make sure I didn't pick up a random replay on accident. I don't know who would be throwing random replays in there, but these Total War players, the wily man, unpredictable, devious. It was good to see the Lord Pone, or has joined us, bro. The god himself. Who wins in Cathay versus Empire in land battle? I think Empire now. Because what people have found out, I mean, you can still do like artillery and maybe you can win in artillery shenanigans, but like right now the meta going into Cathay is like, okay, I'll bring a bunch of like decently long range archers, which the hunters for Empire, for instance, would work fine, and then you just like can pretty much outshoot, like you just walk up to them and you outshoot their crane gunners, you outshoot their artillery. Like it's not hard to like break a Cathay box these days, unfortunately, or not as devastating for a lot of factions. And Empire has so many tools. Elspeth could probably be brought and just like nuke their lord and they just die. Jeopardoos. What's up? Okay, getting into the HQ for the Tomb Kings. We have a Cetra on a cat, a very classic combo these days. Very strong on the kitty. He has the Usirians, which is the really good direct damage one, which is applies a slow debuff as well. Then we have the physical resist and his passive to heal his whole army. We have the Sphinx of Usect, which is a Necro Sphinx, which is very good. Just a very good unit. Chosen of the Gods, one of the most prevalent units I've ever seen. There's going to be a duel between the Soul Grinder and the Chosen. We'll see there. No other Ushabti the Great Bows, though. We do have the Eyes of the Desert, the Sepulchral Stalkers, which is kind of interesting. Skeleton Horse Archers, bada boom, bada bing. For the Zinchians, we have Sartorial the Everwatcher with his new janky... okay, got some good damage on there. New janky little portrait there. That's kind of goofy looking. Rock of Inevitability. That's just a hilarious name, but nice. Final Transmutation. Greater Arcane Conduit. Nice. I need to play with Sartorial now that it got slightly buffed and I think increased in cost. He also has a Soul Grinder, which is juking their way from the Chosen of the Gods. They're going to be trying to shooting them and kiting back all the while. These Skeleton Horse Archers just missed a idle Sartorial, so that's sad. We have 2 Centaurs of Zinch. Screamers of Zinch, 2 of those, and then 4 fat Forsaken of Zinch with their barriers. Then another Centaur here. I don't think there's another one in the woods. There you go, 3 Centaurs, 2 Screamers, Sartorial. Running at him with the Armored Forsaken. 85 armor, not bad. But I mean, missile fire is just so harrowing against most things unless they have a good missile block chance, you know? And good armor. That's when you'll see like missiles really not do shit and stuff. Or if they just have an absurd amount of HP, that also works. Front line going pretty well. The Forsaken, who are getting countercharged as Ushabti, might have some problems, but the ones who are not are going to absolutely cook those Skeleton Warriors. The Skeleton Spearmen are angling to try to help protect their Ushabti and squishy stuff. Well, not really squishy, but the Eyes of the Desert and the Chosen of the Gods. From the Centaurs, he's going to move over the Sphinx of Usect to go over and kind of maybe ward off this mobility flank, but the mobility's coming from all over the place. We got Centaurs in the back line. We have Screamers in the back line. They get a rear charge on the Sepulchrals, which isn't bad. Followed up by the Centaurs. These things should get wrecked. A good fat final trans going down. Got the Skeleton Spearmen to crumble. Regular Skeleton Warriors to take some damage. And Ushabti and Cetra continuing to take some fat damage. Centaurs and Screamers are continuing to work down those Eyes of the Desert. They're putting up a good fight. It's only 38 melee defense. Yeah, that's not bad. I thought it was 23%. I was like, how are they surviving? Centaurs of Zinch charging into Skeleton Horse Archers. Screamers of Zinch and Centaurs getting a surround on the Chosen of the Gods is now Boyne. But these Forsaken have routed. The Forsaken on the other side with the Ushabti have routed. Big catch here. The Ushabti catch the Soul Grinder Siege, and the Soul Grinder will get clapped if he doesn't waddle out of there. He's just not meant to be fighting, armor-piercing monsters infantry is not his forte. Maybe from afar, and maybe when he's out of ammo, throw him in, but yeah. Not going to win most of those engagements there. Cetra getting surrounded by the Screamers, though, and the Sepulchral is getting rear-charged by the Centaurs. That was a very clean rear charge too, so those things might actually go down for real. It's going down for real this time. The Sphinx is chilling. He's got the the physical resist is not good against Zinch though. You know, that's just not going to do a lot against almost any one of their units because almost all their units do magic damage. So I will say just for future reference, the incantation of protection is not that good here in this matchup. But that may not stop the... Well, Tomb King still have a chance here. There were some really good engagements in the mobility and the backline from Zeech, but the front line is handily won, well, relatively handily won by Tomb Kings here, with their Ushabti and the Skeleton Chaff swarming the remaining Forsaken. Cetra, doing little Cetra things, still alive, probably going to use his... and you might as well use those spells even if they do nothing, the Incantation Protection, because it will heal the rest of your army with his passive of the Restless Dad, which is just a good one. Just a good one. Sphinx going down. I swear I didn't touch my sensitivity settings, but it feels like they're a lot faster. I might have to slow them down a bit. I think if you do it in-game, it messes with it, so we might have to do it outside of game. We'll see. Or outside of battle. Ushabti, the whole Tomb King army is just swarming the point now, just to reinforce the, kind of give the idea that they don't have to do anything. Sartorial will probably be happy to sit in the sky at this point, to just probably, let's see, does he have, yeah. They can probably try to get as much wins as he can here. But he also eventually will have to land if the Soul Grinder goes, and if the rest of his army routes off the field. Oh, but he still has some mobility. So we could see a prolonged endgame here, in which case we might want to fast forward a little bit here. See what's going on. Soul Grinder gets out somewhat, gets some shots off, but gets attacked by Ushabti. Tomb King start to crumble here a little bit. The Screamers surrounding the Ushabti, along with the Centaurs of Zeech. And it's looking not great. Oh god, I think that final chance might kill Cetra. 2-1. Okay, it doesn't. Barely. And he's stable, which is kind of a miracle for taking that much damage. Surprising he wants to get into combat here with 274 HP. You do want to cast a spell if you have winds to get that good old army-wide heal. Also, Rebel Souls doesn't hit, but he all of a sudden started crumbling and is dead. And then the rest of the army looks like... Ooh, that was... okay, it was the army ability. Oh no, I missed the army ability. They got totally destroyed. Oh, GG. Dastardly Zinch at it again, man. At it again. Using their heinous spells, their chickens that can't be hit by anything, and their gross Centaurs of Zinch. The might of the cats, rats, and no, just the cats and the Ushabti here. Cats and dogs, really. Cats, dogs, and birds. Does Ushabti look like birds? Or the Chosen of the Gods do, anyway. Alrighty. GG. Pickle Barrel and Zeus. Zeus! Alright. Let's get on to the next one, or if we're on round 2. Any round 2 specs open? Let's see if I shouldn't ask that because I'm a fool, or if round 2 is underway. Yep. Okay, we're multiplayer battle. Battle type. I'm seeing a game that is definitely for us. I don't know who's in this though, because it just says 12:31. No! Oh, let me in! Let me in! It's okay. If we can't see anybody in a little bit, we will open another replay here. That's the plan. While we wait to see if anybody responds real quick, I'm going to get a glass of water, though. And we have the next replay in our replays folder. Or if perchance, we need to do another round one replay. I'll be right back. Oh, we back. Man. Mm-hmm. Had a little bit of shortbread too. Slapping. Okay. Anybody with a thingy? Nope. Okay, we're going for. Somebody said they should have one. Ash says they should have one in a second. So I suppose we can wait for that. Can also chug some more. Could do ASMR chugging. Like Badlands chugs, my idol. But, no, I need to. Just can we can't do that here. Let's see the shredder. No, for real. When is the shredder coming? When is it? When will it be here? Dude, last tournament, Pone, Romulan appeared, Romulan Doge, and then he took a shredder. He lost epically with it. But unironically, it's not that bad of a unit if you're just going into the right matchup and you're just degenerately healing it up. But I'd say that's probably about its, main application as per what we all know. Okay. We await another replay. I'm gonna take a slippy sip. I'm gonna probably watch another replay while we wait here. Okay. Let's go to our next stash of round one replays. I think this is from the boy Umaz against Golden Flute. Also the boy. Multiple boys. What is... oh, God. What is the WWE dude? I'm a man. And I like to beat up boy. I mean, wait. Hold on. Yeah, guys, hilarious. It wasn't Brock Lesnar. It was, God, who was it? Who was that other old white ripped dude? Okay, for Umais, we have a Ice Witch of Tempest in the woods, not hiding though, because it can't hide. Guardian Call to summon a Snow Leopard. Hailstorm. They're firing off with their little groms. Gust of Chew Flight for that accuracy and range, and then just classic Fire Blood shenanigans. Two little groms firing into a Grand Cathay Grand Cannon. The Grand Cathay Grand Cannon. How grand can it be? Is it like great? or great. Wing Lancers, Horse Archers, Wing Lancers, Horse Archers. Then we have a front line of armored Kossars with their little pistols, two Kossars in the back, and then two Spear Kossars, and then one regular Kossar in the back. For the Cathayans, we have the Dragon-Blooded Lord with the Storm of Shadows, so speed debuff, and Talons of the Night, and AoE Vortex, which I believe is kind of not as popular as it once was. Just doesn't do as much damage as bang for its buck as it once was, and it is quite the expensive spell. Yeah. Jade Lancers get on top of the Ice Witch of Tempest inside the woods. He has a front line of halberds, like 4 halberds, 2 spearmen on each flank, 1 in the middle. We have Iron Hail, 2 in the middle, 1 kind of going off in a separate chunk. You don't want to separate yourself too much here, especially when a Kislev also has a good amount of mobility. We have a lone Jade Lancer here, getting shot up a little bit by some Horse Archers, wanting to get them away. That's just free value. Let your Sky Junks, shoot these things, or shoot the Kossars is fine, but honestly, probably... I mean, the Horse Archers are good. It's probably the Kossars is a better choice, for sure. But, I mean, you also want to save your Cav, so... up to you. You use the Grand Cannon for sure to get rid of the Cav in a normal situation. You might even want to just last-ditch do that. Maybe target some of the Winged Lancers. Just because those little Groms are going to kill your cannon anyway. Like, you're just going to lose that fight pretty significantly. I didn't even touch on the fact that he had 2 Sky Junks. He has 2 of them. And both of them appear to be working on some armored Kossars, but not doing a ton of damage here. They're kind of, yeah, they're just not hitting today. That's kind of unfortunate. Look at that. Just whiffing after whiff. Can't see the damage value, unfortunately, in replays. Really wish I could. I should enable a mod that allows me to do that. I wonder if it's compatible with other people. I don't know what that one mod that Dov uses. Dov would know. The boy Dovicus Maximus would know. Looks like, ooh, another like hailstorm coming in. The bombardment, which seem to be pretty dodged here, but those Iron Hails, although getting a good volley into the Ice Witch, kind of actually whiff. They're taking a lot of return fire from the Kossars themselves, and they're really not getting that much good damage into this Ice Witch, tragically. Whether it's the angle or the trees that are blocking it, that's unfortunate. These guys are retreating now. Armored Kossars and Kossars focusing these other Iron Hails, which are quickly dying. Cannons offline. If I had to guess, this is going to be Kislev's game very quickly. It looks like a summoned Snow Leopard from the Guardian Call. That's going to chase down those Iron Hails for good, and there's nothing in the backline that can really stop. I guess some Jade Lancers could screen it. 60 speed to 78, so these things could actually catch up and stop them from chasing the Iron Hails, which would be a good idea. Their Lord's still healthy, and you can clear a bunch of their infantry, maybe. Like, the thing is right now getting rid of the infantry, because you have a bunch of spears and halberds. And the 2 things that are kind of dangerous to them are these missile infantry, and then these 2 cannons right here. And then a little bit of the Lord, but the Lord's not, like, devastating here. It will cause terror routes, which is a problem. Another hailstorm coming in, beating the crap out of some Jade Warriors with halberds. Getting a really good volley on that one. Taking like a quarter damage almost. Griffin Legion charging into the side of Jade Warriors with halberds. They're routing purely from the shock of getting shot and side charged with their stupid glorious charge. Double charge bonus. Take a leadership. Oh, but they'd already been charged in the flanks, so I guess it doesn't matter. Still, the double charge bonus is gross, and it's like quadrupled or whatever when you rear charge someone, so that's cool. That's cool. Armored Kossar's getting routed off, so that's pretty good. But now they're just a sitting duck because you can't really deal with the little Grom. So if I had to guess, We'll see Kislev slowly mop up the remainder of this mobility here. And then pick apart the rest of Cathay. Let's see what happens. Oh, are the warriors going to get through? Or the Mid Warriors Halberds getting through? Oh, they're kind of losing to the armored Kossars. These armoreds are running away. Lots of damage from gunfire and presumably the little Groms. Still looks fairly bad for Cathay. Don't know what they're going to do here. The Skyjunk shooting in, taking out some of the infantry for Kislev. Kossars going to come in and try to... Ooh, those are just regular Kossars, though. You'd probably want these if you're going to do Talons of Night. And, you know, it didn't even really kill them. That's also the sad thing. Hailstorm misses. Seems like a pretty decently slow spell. Wonder if there's a wind-up on that. Where's our lady here? There's our lady. Okay, GG. Oh. Yeah, sorry I didn't see that. I had also been waiting for, yeah, a little bit. Well, I guess there's only a minute here. There's probably the end of the minute, though. Because I was sitting there. I was waiting. And I've learned to just go on. Alright, let's see. Not crazy value for Kislev Cross, but, you know, just decent value. Like, they did what they needed to win, and the little Groms probably pulled the most, you know? One Griffin Legion, pretty nice. Nasty. See, yeah, firing all game, and these things only got 1,000. That was sad. Grand Cannon got killed. Iron Hills got eviscerated by other short-range stuff, so... Yeah, just a rough build for Grand Cathay, I'd say. I think Kislev is also a rough faction to go up against a lot of the time. Alright. Alright, I have a round 2 thing. If anybody is perchance still playing their game, sick, or hasn't played their game, but I think we might just be doing replays type of night until we get to the finals, or semifinals. Okay, so we're getting to round 2. Fight. Yeah, what is it? I've been watching Arcane. I don't know if you guys watched Arcane, but that's a ridiculously good show. Some of the parts are pretty cheesy. Just not even like, I'm not even gonna like sit here and like writing nitpick, but what I will say is like they have like references to the like game in like hilarious ways. I mean, there's literally like a line in there where like one of the like bad guys is like, "Is Jinx your champion?" like one of the champions. Like, it's just goofy. I was just like, okay, like I get it. She's a character. But half the time when I'm free, I've done Warhammer. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's everybody's. You gotta schedule, and you just gotta stick to it sometimes to make life work there. All right. Vamp Coast versus Kislev. Round 2. This is nice. I haven't had to use a screen blocker once because we're just doing all replays. This is an interesting. Wow, that is a lot of range. Does that? I think that's legal. That's 4, 4. That's 8. That's exactly 12. Yeah, that's your max. For the limits of fruit rules. Now, this is a crazy way to deploy. This is absolutely insane. For HQ, we got a Vampire Fleet Admiral with Tidecall, Denizens of the Deep, the Hunger. That's about it. We have the Fade Wraith Gunners, the RR deck dropper deck gunners with the ethereal shots, which are pretty good. Little ghosty boys. 2 carronades firing upon something, probably. See some Kossars. Okay, not the greatest targets. We got Lamprey's Revenge, which is the goated ROR Rotten Promethean unit that is very good because it regens and has good stats. Animated Hulks, 2 of them chilling on the side here. We have another animated Hulk chilling in the woods, but they're not quite hidden. There's chilling right in front of it. And 2 deck droppers. One being the Salt Lord Scuttlers, which is a bomber. And then just running another regular bomber. We have Frost Maiden of Ice. They are using Ice Maiden's Kiss, the Breath. They're using Frost Blades. And then they have Buyer Blood, classic. Classic. It'd be crazy if you could deselect Buyer Blood, that'd be wild. Both Brothers of Tor, that's pretty sick. The ROR Polar Bears here. Very nice. With shiny runes. We have a cool Stalton. Stalton has Ferenzi, First Son's Ward, Blaze of Devotion with the AoE, flaming attacks and stuff. The regen from the ward. And it looks like he's on a bear. So nice. He's fighting some animated Hulks right now. Which they're actually kind of beating him up, surprisingly. He has 40 melee defense, but they're cooking. Some of the guns are opening up onto some of the Kossars, which he has a front line of mostly Spear Kossars and Armored Kossars, or just regular Kossars. That's wild. Don't see that too often. Can I click that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, just a lot of Kossars. And then we have 2 Akashina ambushers waiting for their chance. Should probably start focusing firing something. Probably this animated Hulk, so they can't really get... But he also has another Warbear Rider, which will absolutely Shrek the animated Hulks. But they gotta be careful of the guns and not being too much in the range of the guns. Front line of Kislev seems to be dissolving. They're just kind of outgunned, but by Vampire Coast. Just in terms of numbers and damage quality at this rate. And the fact that these 7,000 HP, they got a little more HP, yeah. So that armor piercing really comes down to a trade of HP most of the time because armor doesn't matter. Salt Lord's getting absolutely cooked. They are getting crossfired here. I think they're trying to throw bombs at the bears. Not really where you want to do it on infantry traditionally. Now, I don't know if that's changed, if there's some secret tech. But I swear it is just for infantry, me lads. Not certain they do that much damage to the bears or bear-type units. Animated Hulks disintegrating slowly because they're getting charged by bears and shot to shit by Kossars and stuff. Carronade's still online though. They've been firing away at Kossars. You probably want to see these guys fire away at the bears. Either the... I don't know where your RR... Yeah, these guys are hiding, but the regular bears could get shot for sure. And they'd probably be more worth it because if you take off models, that's like a much more valuable target there. Once you start chunking them down, we also have a healthy Shade Wraith. Those guys need to start targeting some stuff. Just anything in general, but also, you know, Cav, bears. They could somehow get into the Akashinas would be good. It's looking fairly dominant for Coast, if I had to say, but also Kislev has some pretty nice pockets of power here. Horse Archers firing away at animated Hulks, and Colstalton is beating them up as well, and he's going to be healing back. Is that melee or... No, it's when he's at 25%. So whenever he hits 25, he just gets to heal right back up to 25, and then repeatedly do that until he hits his cap. Frost Maiden almost getting killed here by the Lamprey's Revenge, which is hilarious. Oath Brothers coming in though, and even with the goatedness of the Lampreys, the Oath Brothers got buffed by Frost Blades and are already anti-large demons, so they will absolutely obliterate those poor little crabs. Cooked crab for dinner. Get some butter sauce for that. Dip it in. Nice and lean. Oh yeah. Good stuff. But that they probably taste like shit. They're rotting and decayed and gross. Gross seafood is probably one of the most off-putting things ever. And I live in Seattle, so I smell quite a lot of it just going into my city. You know, not great. Horse archers charging in, dealing good amount of damage to the Shade Wraiths, but they're so depleted that it actually may not be enough to really finish them off. We'll get close to it. Cause auto spears firing into some random deckhand mob here. Okay, is this another kind of spread out game? Let's see. Running around. Yeah, that was a Bio Blood moment. That really was. But the witch is gone. We already had our Bio Blood moment earlier when she was dinking around in the back line here. Cossar's coming in to fire at the Shade Wraiths, which we may want to get out of there. Oh, where is that from? Oh, that's from the Cossar for the routed. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like they're getting on, because I was getting onto the carronades. And they do have some power back here with some range stuff. They can have a range duel in the end. I don't know what that was. That was probably their Hall of Door. So that's probably, they probably just tried to kill those guys real quick, or as quick as possible, before they get shot by handgunners, which should be shooting these bears right now. They could start moving up, but honestly, I'd just shoot the bears, shoot Ghost Alton, kill him now, and then run up there. But we are seeing Ghost Alton run freeze. Both brothers just kind of killing their way through the rest of his army. And this looks like a little bit of a reversal of fates of what I thought. Oh, but the guns are absolutely shrekking the bears now. Yep, Vampire Coast might have this again, I think. For a second I thought Kislev had it because their kind of HQ package right here is so strong. And their Earth Brothers can probably still fight a good amount. At least Zombie Chaff. So it'll just depend if he can rally these guys, if he can take out the chaff, and then probably deal with Oath Brothers, or... yeah. Alright, so... Zombie... yeah, this is just... let's speed this up. This is a close game, but kind of wondering what's going to go on here. Because there's just a lot of shooting. So, actually, ambushers kill these guys. Gunneries are actually worn down by these Kossars eventually. The Oath Brothers are getting shot up, but they are in front of a tree, which is hilarious. So their shots may be getting blocked a little bit, along with the regular War Bears. But they're routing. These War Bears might... no, they got their Buyer Blood active. So the rest of their models will try to make it through, even though they're stuck on these previous handgunners. Stalton's still alive. A lot of the infantry... there's a just pocket of infantry of Kislev here. And then some melee infantry for the coast. And a very healthy hero. I don't know whose game is going to be. I feel like it's coast because of their healthy... Lord. Their Lord's anti-large too. Yeah, I forgot about the polearm guy. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's game. I don't think Ghost Alton can kill this guy. Not, even aside from the guns just absolutely destroying him and the rest of his army routing. There you go. GG. That was a very well fought game though. That was a close game. That was all over the place. GG to Grimbat and Umais. That was just absolute ranged carnage. The Daka flowed that game. Actually, the ambushers did well. I don't know if they paid for themselves, though, or maybe they did. Kossars held it down, surprisingly, even though I thought they were kind of... they're not the worst choice, but they're cheap. I think they outrange the guns, so that's something. Grimbat, though, did pretty well with... one of his gunners did insane. Another one did pretty good. Shade Wraith did alright. Animated Hulks did alright. But the Prometheans obviously held it down as well. And the Carronades. Nice. Alright. Anyone have spec for 3? If not, we'll get some more round 2 in here. I will need a literal watch out here, though. Yeah, she'll be right back. Okay. Let's see if we can sneak in a spectator into somewhere. Peak Pass. I believe Peak Pass is, let's see what the final 2 are. So Peak Pass, Toothgrass Hill. So I'm seeing a game. So maybe Fab Burrow, see if I can hit him up. Let's see if we can get a spec slot here. See what our little screen blocker availability is. Okay, great. What do we want here? Guess we'll just do a Sparty from the old days. And Sparty actually played our game, bro. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. Oh, yeah. Sure. Alright. There we go. Alright, looks like Vampire Coast versus Chaos Doors, and we immediately get in. So beautiful. Don't need to use this thing anymore. Don't need to use my cool little screen blockers anymore, man. Let me just breathe all over the mic. My bad, guys. I have a very schedule tight day today. It's unintentionally busy. One of my friends had a little birthday thing that I went to, and might actually go hang out with him after said stream as well. Because the boy is probably going to be fairly drunk tonight, and I will be watching. We'll watch and point and laugh. Alright, for... we just watch Ghost. For the Chaos Doors, the HQ is a Sorcerer Prophet on a thingy. On a regular Taurus, not a Veil Taurus. We have Spirit Leech, we have Blazing Body, we have Life Leeching. We have the Chalice, which gives them healing when enemies cast spell within the range. And all good stuff. Does he have any other heroes? Nope, but he does have a Train of the Gods. He has the Demon's Tongues with the Dreadquake Mortar, so he's going full hog, full train. He's running a train on him. And that thing is gonna make or break the game. That's how this build usually works. He has 2 Bull Centaur Renderers though, and then he has Infernal Guard with Fire Glaze. He actually has a good amount, and then just some Chaffy Chaff and 3 Hobgoblin Wolfriders. He has a good amount actually. I mean, this isn't a bad like build. Like he has something to throw in the way of the enemy while his train does stuff, and he has some Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders to do things. So it's going to be an interesting match for sure. See if he can get that to work. With this map, the Carronades are going to have a rough time contending with that train for sure, I will say. But he has 2 nonetheless. And for the HQ, your boy... I need to turn down my sensitivity by like 1 billion. We got Van Horseman's Speculum. The Speculum. Melee defense, debuff, and weapon strength debuff. All Hands Ahoy, another weapon strength buff and leadership buff. We have Tide Call, which is a breath spell. Spiteful Shot, which is a magical attack's accuracy spell. We have a leadership and melee attack debuff spell, AoE. And then Kraken's Pull, the Vortex, Lure of the Deep, which isn't a bad one at all. Kiss of the Deep. Which is a Hex, which deals damage. Oh, so it's kind of like Killing Fire. Okay. There you go. There you go. Then we have Lamprey's Revenge, the classic unit. These guys are pretty great. We have the Shade Wraiths. We have 2 deck droppers, another deck gunner, 2 bombers, 1 handgunner, and a bunch of melee chaff. Oh, along with 2 like Morngulls who are just chilling here, being all stealthy on the hill. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright. The sneaky Morngulls, I want to see if he's able to do anything crazy with those. Could be very crucial to the build if he ends up getting in the back line, like blows up the fire glaives, routes like all of the infantry. Man, it seems like he was able to bring a lot here. He brought 2, yeah. Because, I mean, this covers a good amount of your build variety, right? You have anti-large, you have army clear, then you have skirmish, in case they do some funny shenanigans where you need to kind of pick them apart. And then your Sorcerer Prophet can heal with the Chalice. I don't mind the build as a Chaos Dwarf player. I like this. Just in a general concept. We'll see how it does against the gun-heavy faction of Coast. With the Dreadquake being the Dreadquake, and considering getting up close is like deadly because of the Carronades, we're gonna see some like very tricksy, goofy behavior. I will say someone needs to cap the point though. This will prevent like the Coast player needs to run up and cap the point to prevent the Chaos Dwarf player from just kind of doing whatever they want. Tragically, and we are on 650. I think if I host tournaments in the future, I might do like 600. Because I feel like 650 is a little long, but not like too long, and it's still 100 extra seconds compared to the 500. So I think that's pretty fair. That's like an extra minute and a half. Carronades actually taking some good damage from that mortar. And it's just going to keep kind of wiggling in and out. It actually still is barely in the range of these cannons, but it is behind some forests. But actually it might be high enough that the cannons might be able to calibrate. Oh, did that? It just hit him instead. Okay, so no, they're targeting him on accident, maybe. No, they got some good connects there. Sorcerer Prophet took some damage, but he is kind of sitting in the trees. He is flying around, trying to make it as difficult as possible for these cannons to hit him. Nevertheless, he did take some decent chip damage there. We have a crumbling carronade. They're full model count, so you might want to like... Do you have heals? You don't have heals. So with no heals, you can't really save these guys anymore. They're just gonna kind of... Once he dies, he dies. And that's it, Chief. So yeah, we're just gonna see the train do train things, I suppose. Doing train things. Gonna send you waiting for a shot. You know, these things aren't just gonna die by itself, pretty much. So we'll see where this. Okay, what does this go? It did a good amount. Killed all those models. Oh my god, that was a good added delayed effect from the Dreadquake there. Not taking out any cannon models, but eviscerating a lot of the crew. Deck droppers kind of chilling. They probably they're not the AP ones. If you had the handgunner ones, they might actually be able to zone out this train. But I mean, you still have the fire glaze over there. I don't know. This is tough. With the map being how it is, it's actually kind of flopped. I feel like his matchups was generally coast favored. Just because if you go any amount of ranged, you can potentially get messed up if you're in a straight shootout fight with them. That being said, builds like this are heinous. It should be able to, you know, deal with it as long as he can't get range with his cannons, which he couldn't. And so now he just has the shade wraiths. That is another thing, though, is you probably want to be aggressively pushing up and trying to isolate this thing or shove it in a corner or something. Since you have the shade wraiths and the other deck gunners, you have stuff to actually push up and zone it quite a few meters from your army there. So let's see what this shot does. It is aimed at a gunnery mob or somewhere, but it completely whiffed in between these three units, not hitting a single damn thing. Deck gunner shooting Sorcerer Prophet, who is wiggling around in the woods. Oh, look at me, I'm wiggling around in the woods. Yeah. Yeah, you want to move these guys up and pressure. 'Cause even if... Does he dodge it? He did not dodge it. That was a direct hit. Oh, man. I feel like... if the Shade Rays get hit with that, they might just die. You know? This thing went to 1,000 HP? Yeah. Out of what? Yep. Well, actually... yeah, I don't know. No armor. What does that thing do? It does do magic. The Dreadquake does do magic, so... oh, we're about to find out. Oh, it wasn't a very direct hit, but still not very great. Maybe is that just the Demon's Tongue part? The Dreadquake Mortar. No, that's the Dreadquake Mortar. Oh, it is yeah, this is the Dreadquake Mortar. So this actually doesn't have magic attacks. Interesting. The more you know. So the Dreadquake, although probably a magical constructed bullshit artillery, does not do magic damage. It's good to note. There's some good damage on the deckhands mobs. And yeah, this looks like it's just going to be just a train doing train stuff. We are seeing some of the hobgoblins scrap with the deck droppers here, of which they're actually faster. And I think they're, yeah, the issue with the hobgoblins is that when you usually bring a caster, you can stack their like fire resist and stuff, and it makes them very potent skirmishers. But if you're not doing that, I think they're okay. But I don't think they're the best. I think they're really better if you're using like Astrogoth and you're using like or Jazhoeth, where you can then like or just anything with Lore of Fire plus like a buff or a debuff of some kind. Like it's just gross when you like pop an Ash Storm. You get the weakness from the Ash Storm, the Kindle Flame, and then if you have the ROR Wolf Riders, it gives the target flammable, so it's an additional like either 15 or 20% weakness. So you're stacking like 3 instances of weakness. It's very gross. It's like 60%. Nasty. There's a Kraken's pull or whatever. How's this doing to these poor guys? You're still getting hammered by a Shade Wraiths too. Yeah, these guys are probably not long for this world. It's looking just brutal. Okay, hilariously. Like, I don't know, like... Let's see what the train's at, ammo-wise. 1 ammo. They've missed a lot of crucial shots, considering. I don't know how much ammo a regular one, or what they start with, but wow. I'm surprised they didn't do more, because they got to totally empty their load without a problem, really. I mean, they weren't contested that much. Shade Wraith Gunners coming back, but they're going to recharge by Hobgoblins. Hobgoblins are pretty good at recharging stuff. They get plus 25% base weapon damage. They also... never mind, just the RR has a slow, so when you chase something down, it just slows them by 70%, which is kind of crazy if you want to farm them for something, or if you just want to use them as, like, if you're playing just land battle and you're using engaging rules, you can just slowly, like, chase a unit off forever. Starts with 15, it seems. Okay. Sounds about right. Lord getting surrounded by Mournguls and the deck droppers, but he's going to waddle out because the Mournguls don't have a full surround. The bomb gunnery mob are going to probably have to disengage if they want to get any value with their bombs. They could throw huge volleys into this blob, and that would be devastating for the Chaos Dwarves. Train still training. I don't think it has some kind of... Yeah. It is funny. That thing was left unimpeded. I thought it was going to do so much more damage. How much damage did it do? Okay, well, it almost got 3k, but it didn't pay for itself, which... A lot of time I see people use it who bring it. It ends up getting very close to paying itself or paying for itself. Because if you're allowed to just shoot off all the ammo... I guess the issue is that the chonker amount of infantry for Fibrosi and the coast just meant that he's just hitting chaff a lot of the time. And the only good targets he really hit were the carronades and the deck gunners. Mournguls chasing off laborers, the laborers, quote unquote. Yeah, they're definitely getting paid in like whippings. That's what they're getting paid in. Whippings and chains and collars. That's what the normal orc laborer just loves at the good end of a day. It's a good beating. Good old laborer. Yeah, what a ridiculous thing. I don't know why they changed them to laborers. I don't know if that was to adjust for their image, or if that was just like they really wanted them to be weird, like not slave faction, which is like they probably are the most slave driving faction of like all the factions, and then they just make Chaos Dwarves have laborers. It's fucking hilarious. All right, Hobgoblin shooting in. Sorcerer seems chill. Yeah, Train may not have gotten the most value with its missile alone, but it actually seems almost unkillable here too. We're the bombers, but we don't have the lampreys anymore, I don't think. It might have been a different game. Mournguls coming in. Mournguls might be able to kill the train. If the Mournguls can kill the train, that might be a turning point. The polearm guy's not going down without a fight as well. He's going to beat up that Sorcerer Prophet. He's got to be careful. He just can't terror out, but he can do the equivalent and crumble if I'm not... if he's not careful there. Mournguls waddling, but they're going to get caught by these equally tired, exhausted Bull Centaurs who will just fuck him up. Because they're anti-large. AP, baby. And just angry. And they just do a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, what is going on here? The keyboard was freaking out. Okay. GG. Looks like Chaos Dwarves take the day here. Even with the train, let's see, the train Depending on what kit he took. No, it's probably. I think it's 3,700 is the train with the demons down. Let's see what the value. Almost 3K on that admiral fighting the good fight with the sorcerer prophet, the dreadquake, probably some of the bull centaurs. And got a kraken's pole in there, maybe some other stuff. So yeah, nice. My enjoyment of the game is not improved by CA giving us the 650 capture points. Yeah, it was. I don't think 650 is great. I don't think it's like a horrendous downgrade, but I don't think it's an upgrade. I think it's like not even a side grade. It's like a diagonally downgrade. It's slightly worse because it means that kitey factions can actually start to abuse it a bit more. I didn't mind 500. I think 600 should be explored, or maybe even 550, 600, because there is some warrant to the like factions that can't get up to the point fast and then possibly can't grind through their opponents fast enough, and then they potentially lose a game that they otherwise could have won by just fighting. Because the idea of the mode is like, this is to incentivize you to fight. That's the point. So, if it's not doing that, then it's kind of not doing its proper job, right? Rest of 700 for one deck gunner, 600 for the shade wraiths. Prometheus got just waxed early. Yeah. 2.2 for the sorcerer prophet. No, this infernal guard did nothing. 1,500 for one bull centaur, 900 for another. 500, 500, 200 for the hobgoblins. And a whopping... Ooh, they almost paid for itself. See, there you go. I always tell you, it's a menace of a unit when it is allowed to live, because then it becomes a chariot later on and it has a shit ton of HP and causes terror and is gross. Yeah, very good. Yeah, the Dreadquake, I think... In that map in particular, I got kicked from the game there. In that map in particular, it's more so that like I don't think the Dreadquake can hide. So if his line of sight was obscured, that's fucked. But as soon as it shoots, right, and as soon as you don't see the Chaos Dwarf army trying to rush you, you probably want to go grab the point. So I'd say if he grabbed the point a little bit earlier, would have put more pressure on the Dreadquake to do something, or get kills faster. But yeah, having 650s, I don't think it's an upgrade. I think it's slightly worse than what we had. I don't think it's like horrible, but because it does allow like more grindy fights to come to their conclusion, which in some matchups is crucial. Others, not so much, and then it can be abused by kite stuff. So it's really just a give and take. Dialing in those numbers, Alright, speaking of... Alright, we're seeing a bunch of round 3 games. Let's see... Excuse me. Okay, it looks like we can go into round 4. Let's just go into round 4 if we have any... Oh, yep, I see a spec for Floof. Let's get our screen blocker up. There we go. Looks like... Oh, no, not a Bretonia v. Bretonia. Probably not Bretonia v. Bretonia, but... If that is a mirror match, that'd be tragic. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Goji going hard here. I like 500 points myself. Yeah, it's, I think 500 points was better. I don't know how much of the spiel you heard, Turn, but I basically said it was like a side/downgrade. Like, it's not too much worse, but it's like, I'd say it's worse. Because because there's no like counterbalance to like or giving any dynamicness to the point of like when someone's being like actually non-engagement and when someone's just trying to maximize their army that they brought. You know, the game has no system for telling what's what, so that's why we have a bunch of crazy rules. But uh, 500 probably is better when there's no like contest, when there's no like whatever. 500 at 500 might not be bad. We might want to just. I hope they put in contest, but I hope they put contestation as an option. What I mean by that is like as an option, have it selectable, turn on and off, and when it's turned on, if any units are standing on the same point, you know they or fighting on the same point, optimally fighting, but if they're standing, if they can only code that, then you can lower the ticket points to like a lower, like maybe even 400, like 450, 400, because then there's a lot more room for like kiting factions to potentially stop the point from ticking. Um, there's two issues though, and it depends how they code it, right? If flyers can have no capture weight, but they can contest, it makes this actually more viable, at least in terms of kiting, and then having a lower point count. But if flyers can't, if they have no capture weight and they can't contest, it makes kiting less viable. But it's not like, in my personal opinion, I don't mind that as a play loop. Um, eh, I don't know, man. It's just like I think 500 is better with the stuff that they have going now. If they added more stuff like contest and some other stuff, I think we could explore other points more easily. But I think 500 is pretty good. I think 600 isn't bad. I'm probably going to run some tournaments at like 600 maybe. Um, I would say, and then yeah, I mean, if optimally they could add some script similar to ours, but I understand like because they also want it to be kind of clean looking, not like they're you know that has been done in the past, but they want somewhere in the game to tell you that, hey, there's a dynamic ticket timer that, like, if you don't engage your opponent, will increase the amount of tickets you can gain, like, rapidly. Um, which I don't think would be hard UI wise, but nonetheless, uh, they may not do it because that's an extra hassle on top of probably already insanely busy development cycle, especially because they're in full swing in DLC mode right now, right? So we can pray that we get some stuff for all the modes, whenever they do a content drop. But also, it's kind of worrying because if their content is, just behind in general in development cycle, then fucking who knows? We might not get, but like this is the most opportunity for all the multiplayer modes to get stuff. So that is the upside. Um, yeah, so it looks like Kislev versus the Empire. Um, but how are you doing, Turn Man? If you're still up on watching, whatever. Yeah, I finished watching. I have to watch another perspective of the tournament because I guess the perspective I watched from the English GT or GQ GT whatever. For the old world where this dwarf guy just like sat on points and just like kind of just walked at people and won was kind of hilarious. And the way he described it was very funny because I'm well versed in tabletop games enough to know what's going on, but like just because I haven't investigated the old world in depth yet, he kept it very generalist, and so it was very easy for me to follow what was going on. He was just describing it in layman's terms, but it's like still detailed enough to where like a game veteran in general like myself would like kind of get some insights into what he's doing. So that was nice. But yeah, I guess the dwarfs aren't like the best uh, right now in terms of the tabletop meta. But they have tricks up their sleeves. They have like weird like anti magic things they can do, anvils of doom and stuff. So seems pretty legit. And then yeah, I think funny another weird like tabletop news stuff is I think the Heroscape company just came back from the grave. So they started doing Heroscape stuff again, which I actually really liked playing Heroscape back in the day. I had like the old like a lot of the expansions, and I had a few of the main sets, and just that combat system was like so fast, but it was like complex and like every decision meant something, and spacing and like movement was just so crucial in that. And it was just a really fun game. But the games went by like quick too, because you could just do skirmishes, little skirmishes to test out parts of your army, or do like big army battles, and have these huge like maps and stuff. All right, looks like they're ready. Drink some water. Oh, Anakin, weak as one is, dude. God, I think they're making a new Harry Potter movie too. Harry Potter's all like old. He's just like old man. That's the draw. He's just an old Potter. Oh yeah. Oh, that high quality H2O. We are the water boy here today. All right, for the HQ of the boys, the lads, the Empire of Man, we have a master engineer. He has his little grenade exploding thingy. He has restock. He's master of ballistics, which is the AoE thing around him for accuracy and melee skill. Very nice. Then he got Jade Wizard. He's a wizard. And he's got regrowth. Classic. That's can't hate on that. Although the regrowth still be pretty good, but best used when you have like a flying monster like Call of Franz or Boris, I would say. You might want to bring like Earthblood in this situation, I'd say. Two Reichsguard. Two Reichsguard, one Empire Knight. Oh, we have a little sneaky Dervisher there, very nice. We have three archers. We have three swords. Four spears. Reichsguard, Empire Knights. Ah, here's the other caveat. The Griffites with their glorious charge. Gross, gross, gross. Very good. And then the Sunmaker's insane as well. Very good artillery piece. Pertinent on this map too because of the hill. So it's pretty nasty. Nasty. Kislevite warrior. Okay, so for the Kislevites, we got the lady and her worm again. She can't hide in the woods, but here she is in the woods. Okay. We got Ice Maiden's Kiss, Heart of Winter. Very nice. So AoE and breath attack, or breath damage spell. Then we got Winged Lancers. What are these? Cosmite Dervishes. We have a dervish in here hiding into the woods. Dipping into the woods there. We got a Winged Lancer and a dervish over here as well. And then we got some Streltsy. Don't see Streltsy too often. On this map may not be the greatest, but we will go gunpowder for gunpowder here. Bunch of Italian Spartacuses himself as well. We're doing a whole Italian themed day, I guess. Alright. Sunmaker firing in. That was odd. I think that was just a dodge or just a whiff. This one strikes true. Dealing an okay amount of damage to those armored Kossars. This one misses heinously. Master Engineer probably going to try to get some damage onto these infantry, because I think this is the explosive one. Let's see. Yep, explosive damage. Yeah. Ice Switch tailing after him, trying to get that frost aura on it. Does it have a frost aura? No, it just has frostbite. Not bad though. Sunmaker changing trajectories and going onto the Streltsy, but the backpedal of the gods is working so far. The dodges have been exceptional, and oh, that's still a decent strike on that last one though. Sunmaker getting ambushed by those dervishes though, huge deal. Oh no, the Sunmaker is getting absolutely crumped. It still has like 8 ammo because I think he used a restock. Uses 3, nope. Did not use a restock, but we're getting a regrowth on. They have 19 models left, so they can still functionally use the Sunmaker, of course. But they're routing up and away, so if we get some fire into here, they could totally finish off the Sunmaker crew, which would be absolutely vicious. Or use like a breath spell to seal the deal as well. Another dervish getting in the rear charge. So the rear is getting pretty exposed by 2 little fast skirmish. The Wing Lancers charge into the Reichsgerd, and the Empire Knights. And in a long period fight, they probably will lose, but they will get some solid damage off the charge. These dervishes are gone. There's a breath. The Sunmaker is routing, but nothing's chasing it off, so maybe the crew could possibly come back. It is funny. Okay, yeah, they do come back. It is funny. Like, obviously, mechanically, they need to route if they're too leadership damaged, because that's just how that should work. But in like a practical scenario, like if I was super scared and just like demoralized, I would not run out into the open where my enemy could just gun me down. Maybe running to the woods, sure, but yeah. Okay, archers going in, shooting wing lancers and some of the armored Kossars, but not doing too much damage there. But good focus fire nonetheless. Ice Witch kind of going back and forth from supporting different stuff. The Streltsy actually get harrowing fire into the Royal Altdorf Griffites. These little baby chickens are getting shot up. They have lost only 1 model though. Oh, I speak again. Probably another one. Or no? Okay, that was a different model that died then. Armored Kossars moving up, getting really good fire onto this little blob here because they were fighting off the dervishes who almost completely killed the Sunmaker, but they have 7 crew left. I guess technically they can man their artillery if they manage to come back. And we're having a early concede from the Empire here. I think that was a little early. If the Sunmaker had not come back, that would have sucked. But honestly, it was just about the mobility game. You know, you gotta stay on top of those flanks. Make sure that you're not getting compromised. Right off the bat like that can be pretty devastating to a game, you know. Can be pretty determinative. GG's to both players, though. They did some good trading back and forth there, but yeah, the Sunmaker was just blunted by Golden Floof's dodges and his ability to shut down part of the backline for a significant amount of time. Alright, I will be right back. I think we'll get right into the semis if enough people have played their games. Let's look at the brackets. Okay, 2 people have yet to finish their games. So let's see if there's any round 3 stuff or round 4 stuff when I get back here. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, we are back. What do we do with ties? Um, let's go. So let's redo the thing. If everyone's played their game. Almost everyone's played their game. So we go to the points on the signups part of the tournament info thing on Total Tavern. You'll see that currently the top four are Zeus with 4 Swiss points, 5 opponent points. Oishi, with 3 Swiss points, 5 opponent points. Narton Burr, with 2 Swiss points, 8 opponent points. Ash, 2 Swiss points, 7 opponent points. And then for the fifth, it says Golden Fleuve for 1 Swiss point, 12 opponent points. So you actually have the highest opponent points. You played the toughest opponents in this game. So yeah, currently that's the standings, and then I think bracket we have Grimbat, and Fabrosi. I don't think either of them. I don't know. I guess it depends on who they play, because Fabrosi's has okay amount of opponent points. I'm not sure if either one of their wins, or I guess if Fabrosi's could propel himself into like a 3 or 4th spot. I'm not sure. Not exactly sure on how that all works. Turin would be more enlightened and could probably calculate that. I'm not sure. But I don't think I could do it. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe they can. Because Narton has 8 opponent points, 2 Swiss points. So, assuming, you know, Fabrosi gets it and his opponent points go up, which I don't know incrementally how. Let's see what it says. Opponent wins. Okay, but that doesn't. The X is 12. Okay, I don't know. I'm not him when it comes to that. All right, Ash is saying he can't make it. Ash is currently part of the top four. Could potentially get unseated anyways by Grimbat or Fabrosi though. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see who's gonna be in the finals then. I guess we can do another round 4, and then I'll just be fairly vigilant here. Let me disable that stupid thing. We'll just be vigilant on Discord and make sure that we get the next round here for the semis. But let's go check out another round 4 game to fill the space. Not just blabbing on about random nonsense here. You can get me blabbing on about a bunch of stupid stuff. Don't need all that. Alright. Let's watch Pickle Barrel versus Ash. Looks like Ash is dipping out. Good night, Ash. Well, good run. Good run. There's a quest available for me. What does that mean? Oh, Dune Prophecy. Yeah, has anybody watched the Dune show? Any thoughts on it? Because I'm definitely gonna probably pick up watching it with a buddy of mine at some point soon. And we've heard that it's a little bit slow, but that it's still pretty good, is what we've heard. Alright, we got Arkin the Black. He is rocking the Libra Mortis, Tomb Blade of Arkin with his Skelly Summons, Spirit Leech, and a Fate Abuna. Classic move. What a guy. We do have any other HQ, doesn't look like it, but we do have some Ushabti with great bows, the classic Chosen of the God ROR with their burst shot. We got Eyes of the Desert, so the Sepulchral Stalkers ROR. I'll have to figure out what to abbreviate their specialty to. They're just better. I don't know. The Hekara Horsemen in the woods. About it. A line of skeleton spearmen and skeleton warriors, and one Ushabti, and then the Scorpion Legion, which does poison damage, and it's kind of sick. It's the Scorpion King. You know, we feast, or what is it? We've killed Macedonians, Elysians. What are they, like, stupid barbarian guys just like ranting on about before the Rock just comes in and eviscerates him, sends him up to the chandelier, which somehow kills him. I don't even know how he dies, but Ikit Claw. Let's go for the Skaven. Oh, wait. We have 4 carrion here coming in. 1 coming in for the Ikit Zap Zap, which Ikit is on the field for, so that's pretty great. That not. Whoa, did he hit his own? Yeah, I think he might have hit Ikit, which is. Oh, no, maybe Unlimited Power did that. Carrion Descend. Can they actually kill the crew of this Warp Lightning Cannon, though? Notoriously hard to kill. For some reason, they just get charged at awkward angles for whatever reason. Ikit Claw is kitted out with a Brass Orb, Unlimited Power, Storm Demon, and Flensing Rune, of course. Very gross. Carrion are suiciding, but not killing the Ikit Zap Zap, so not a worthwhile trade whatsoever. That's approximately 700 gone, I think. Yeah, about 700 gold gone. Bunch of Skaven Slaves. We got a Natty Bubo's Sharpshooter. We have the Ikit's Zap Zap, obviously, which will reset cooldowns if it's able to hit Arkan. A bunch of Rogers, about 4 Rogers in the back line, accompanied by Night Runners, which Night Runners do not have stock, but they're just, they're still pretty good. They got physical resist, and, what are they doing with poison? I thought they had like a net, but I guess that's just purely Gutter Runners. I am just big tripping. They're getting... Natties is getting some shots off into the Skeleton Spearman. Not really worth it, but I guess if it's their only real target. Okay, they get Zap Zap coming in. Dealing some damage to you, Shopty Great Bow. Didn't even really take a model off them so far. Nope. And Arkan definitely doesn't want any of that smoke. Just for the damage value and also the fact that your boys' cooldowns will get reset. We have Ikit just like mowing down the line here, although not doing a really great charity job. He should just kind of, he should just move path and then attack, and then move path and then attack, and etc. Now he's getting bogged down by Arkan. Arkan, however, is getting Flens and Rune along with the rest of these skelly boys. He is taking a good amount of hefty damage here, and the one thing that Arkan kind of suffers from in game 1 is his ability to burst down stuff and deal enough damage to be like valuable in a land battle. Is definitely like not as great as getting the like map wide heal from the lore of Nehekara. And I honestly think like if you're going Arkan, like you're either going in a faction that can't burst down your lord, which unfortunately Flensing Rune can definitely do, or you're taking a secondary caster to do like, you get like Arkan the Black, you get Spirit Leech, and then you just get some of his items, and then you get a second caster, and then you get Usurian's Incantation, which does damage. So then you just like double, like just start bursting things down with like Spirit Leech and the Incantation. And he has pretty good regen too. He has regen items. I don't think they did take it. No, they didn't take it, I don't think. There is a like a recharge item I think he can take, and I'm forgetting what it's called. I believe maybe that's an older version of the Libra Mortis, not sure. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm big tripping right now. Hello? Every time I play Conquest, I remember why I don't play Conquest. It's fair enough. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but, you know, it is an attempt at, basically, you know, land battles in which it is a different take on land battles. It is an attempt of in-game mechanics land battles. You know, is what it really is, or the idea of it was. CAA kind of did their own thing with it, but you know that was the concept of the mod, which originally came out. It get running down some skeleton spearmen, skeleton warriors, skeleton spearmen, skeleton warriors. It's all taking a decent amount of damage from withering fire and some brutal flensing ruins from Ikit. Ushabti even taking some damage from the natty buboes. So like he's sitting on this hill and he's like kind of camping or whatever, but he's not getting any value. And he's just kind of giving a lot of agency to the Skaven, you know, by not engaging them with his like. Oh, and then okay, so he gets a summon into Natty Bubos. Our Skaven gonna notice this. They might need to run to those rat ogres because you need to run these guys out of here. Yep, you probably collapse them. Get your natties out before they absolutely get eviscerated, which they actually are. So that actually was a really good pick right there. And Ikit is going down because he's being really ballsy. Why is he standing in the range of these Ushabti just the whole game? Like, obviously getting some juicy Flensing Ruin picks, especially when the hill was kind of covering them, was great. But now you can kind of sit back and, you know, either if your cannon's gone, which it looks like it is deceased from either Ushabti fire or Carrion, or maybe even the sneaky Nethekar Horseman. Very sneaky plays by the TK this game. Very nice. I have TK here. This is a really scrappy match. Yeah, this match is pretty intense so far. You like the Skaven had a lot of this kind of like ranged power and dealt actually a significant amount of damage, but now that their key pieces are gone, it's kind of like they do now need to move up. It was interesting. I guess it's just like the double suicide of the Carrion was worth it, which is kind of tragic. Because like that's still like 1,400 gold lost. Like that shouldn't be very cost efficient. But I mean, you know, Skaven still have a lot of capability in the front line here. With the Rat Ogres, they should be able to actually win a majority of these engagements. Like, if you put Skaven Slaves here, sure, but if you charge in this, like, broken unit of Spearmen with Rat Ogres, they should die. And same here, just focus on the more beat-up units and try to... the beat-up, yeah. Focus on the more beat-up units. Maybe even Preamble, shoot them with some Night Runners might have been good. But, instead, we're seeing a lot of routing. Like, the Rat Ogres definitely need to charge immediately as soon as these Skaven Slaves engage. Although you really don't want to engage these healthy ones. You just want to engage these guys, yeah. You definitely wanted to break these to get these guys around. These guys being here isn't bad. This is going to be a great little double charge. The thing's stuck over here, but this is 2 units of Rat Ogres there. Another devastating Flensing Rune as Ikit gets Spirit Leeched. Ikit probably needs to go run off in the woods and fuck off forever now. Otherwise, he's just going to die. The 2 Rogers over here might get some good recharges, but they are going to be fearful of the eyes. Just gotta, you know, probably pick and choose your fights here. Maybe you engage them so they can't get their shots off, and then use the other one to go get these Chosen of the Gods. Night Runners engaging in melee because they have to pretty much at this point with no ammo. A lot of the skeleton spearmen and warriors are holding their own, however. Let's see, 903. Oh god, I can't. For some reason, I can't see. Whoever is talking to Jeoparders in chat. For some reason, my my Discord can't see your name. Whether that's my security settings or yours. But it's probably because streaming mode is like active, quote unquote. So I would be down to speed through this game as well. But we are nearing the end here. Ikit Claw's about to go. Although, like, there's very healthy Rogers everywhere, and maybe the infantry might be able to get scrapped through. I mean, maybe if the infantry gets really beat through, and then it's just the Eyes of the Desert. Yeah, like if he swarms right here, maybe gets a good rear charge on the Eyes of the Desert. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking real close. Skeleton Warriors here. The slaves shouldn't be able to beat them though. That's the problem. At least there's one clan rat that they could maybe do it. The Rogers alone without any chaff are gonna get just decimated by those eyes. Um, but maybe a rear charging here could maybe do it. Yeah, like I don't know. This is gonna be a very tight match. Yeah, inundate with the infantry, then cycle charge with the Rogers is probably the best idea. He's going to inundate with his own infantry, although he's chasing off the Rogers here, which is probably a mistake because they're fast and they'll just catch up. We have a Nehekar horseman just chasing off Ikit, which is brutal. Once Ikit actually flees off the map, we might see a mass rout from the Skaven. I'm not going to lie. I don't know where... If Arkin died... Arkin probably died to a flensing here. Just a blob of death here. Eyes of the Desert, still surviving by a hair. Roger's routing off. It has yet to take the penalty, so once that happens, I think that's GG. And I don't think they'll be able to kill this blob quick enough. So if I had to guess, let's see. Once Ikit goes... Ikit's still around. What is going on here? Okay, he breaks. They all break just due to Skaven leadership. Yeah. GG, really well fought. That was a grindy game, for sure. Yeah, it was just... once these things get compromised, you probably got to move up. It was interesting because for a while, it wasn't like you're getting good value with Ikit. The issue was Ikit was taking so much damage from probably unlimited power, plus all those Ushopti stuff. Let's look at the value real quick. 700 to 800. Did okay there. Yeah, I mean, okay, there you go. There's the Ushopti that probably did the most damage to the artillery and stuff, and probably Ikit. They did okay. Yeah, that got shut down pretty early, I guess, suicided by those other two carrying. Yep. Rough stuff, especially because you're Storm Vermin, so you can, like, run in the Storm Vermin, right? I think the Storm Vermin just died, like, very quickly as well. Alright. To the finals here. Ooh, bat. Let's see. There we go. Think we're in. Oh, let me get the. There we go. That was actually pretty swift there. Pretty quick, my boy. In there like swimwear. Alright, so probably Bretonia versus possibly High Elves. That'd be an interesting matchup. To be a very interesting matchup. It looks like both players' armies are ready. We will see how it all goes. But actually, I don't know if this is their final choice or not. Do not know. Yeah, I wonder, like... I feel like if Ikit was just, yeah, a bit healthier by the late game, I probably could have gone Skaven. I mean, that was a pretty close game. All things considered. I mean, I guess if you trade, even if you trade 4 carrion into 1 Ikit's Zap Zap, you technically are only getting out traded by like 200 value. I think Ikit's is 1200. So it's not like the worst trade of all time, and it tactically makes it so Skaven are unable to pressure. And but the more important thing is that like that map, right, is a point on a hill. So you know whatever faction benefits from that setting at in that current matchup is going to be at an inherent advantage, and you know TK was because you shop Ds can arc their shots, right? So they can sit at like the kind of back crest of a hill and just shoot over it, and it's going to be hard for the zappity zap to return fire or any other straight shooting artillery. You know, would be heinous. All right. Gonna take a little break here, and we will be back when they are ready. Or probably a little before that, but I'm gonna snack on some stuff, eat some grub, get some food, get some popcorn, get yourself ready here. Okay, it's time. It's time to Slanesh versus Chaos Dwarves. So they just decided. So put your bets. Slanesh Chaos Dwarves. I'm going Chaos Dwarves. Although I have yet to see like a very well played match between these two. I think it's hard. Like I think if you are Slanesh and you get some good picks with your rampages and um, using your fiends properly, maybe even trying some chariots out now, maybe they could be useful. Um, you could probably do pretty well. But if you play it really tight as Chaos Dwarves and you are able to get good blasting charges off, um, and just kind of keep your formation solid and then also have some way to deal with their mobility, it can be very brutal. For a long time, this matchup was like, I wouldn't say unwinnable for Slanesh, but very very rough because the Iron Sword are just such menaces. They beat up their blasting charges like destroy most of your infantry, and they beat up or they trade pretty well into exalted demonettes. And if the exalted demonettes are beat up, they just beat them. So yeah, Slanesh Chaos Dwarfs seems wild for me as well. I would say that Chaos Dwarfs are fairly heavily favored if I had to put my little betting finger on it. All right, I'll be back though because they're gonna make their armies, still making their armies. So there you go. Okay, we back. Oh shit. We need to get that out of here. Alright. We have done it. We have seen it all. It's a wild Slaanesh versus Chaos Dwarf match. Yes. Beautiful. For the slippery seduction of the scent seeking seekers. Alright, let's see what this Herald has. Wow, that was a really loud click. Sorry, that sounded very loud in the mic. Lashes Lanesh, Pavane Classic, and then some Slicing Shards with his Bombardment spell. We got no real passives there, and she is on her little Seeker mount with 100 speed. We have Demonettes of Slaanesh. We have 2 of those. We have 1 Fiend of Slaanesh. We have Seekers in the back here. We have another Seeker and what looks like a Fury to each side. We have another Fiend. We have the Mirror Guard, which are the Sigvald's like prized guard here. Very nice, very cool. Shiny, silvery. I guess you want to see the shield. Oh god. Can we even see them? Okay, yeah. Just sort of reflective. Whatever. And then a line of like devoted marauders, it seems. Yes. There you go. For the Chorfs, we got a Zatan on his little God, what is that thing called? Not a Manticore. It's a Lamasu. Is on his Lamasu, and he's got the Enfeebling Foe, Withering, his Snare. He has the Silenced Aura thing, which is very good, and his Rune Shield as well. Very good. God, my mouth is making clacking noises like this. Demonsmith Sorcerer just has Flames of Asgore. Jesus, and a Reforge. And there you go. Just a solid Flames of Asgore. He has the Demon's Tongue with his classic little mortar there, which will hopefully delete the whole army for him. Thus is the point of these kinds of builds when you have the thing. Flanks coming in quick to probably be greeted by 3 Bull Centaur Renders with great weapons, which isn't bad. He has his cheaper laborers, the laborers, that are kind of chilling in this weird little formation here he's got going. And then he has Hobgoblin Cutthroats, which are just the generic ones. Not the sneaky git. Not the git that is sneaky. Okay, oh god, where is this going? Don't, oh no, you don't want it to, does it hit any of these guys? It does slow them. So it did hit them fractionally. Bull Centaurs prepare themselves. Furies, however, are not large, and Furies absolutely dunk on Cav. Oh, whoa, whoa, but the Furies are actually swarming Zatan. Now, Zatan, if he brought his shield, nope. He didn't bring the shield that gives him more, ward save, the more damage he takes. So he is going to be landing that. And he does have magic attacks because of the Lamasu, but these things swarming him there's just a lot of them. There's just a lot of them, and they're armor piercing, and Slaanesh Furies are probably my favorite Chaos Fury, just for the fact that they're crazy fast and they have AP. Like, it's just so gross. And magic attacks, Oh, they don't have magic attacks, huh? I guess they don't. That's kind of odd. Do the rest of Furies have magic attacks, or am I tripping? Maybe they don't. Maybe you'd think they're kind of demonic units, right? Okay, the Fiends come in. Are they going to get some good connections with the Bull Centaurs? They get netted. One of them gets netted down. And then they will get less melee defense. And see if the Bull Centaurs can do anything. But notoriously, Bull Centaurs are kind of janky. And this blob fight is not going to be... Oh, that's a Flames of Asgore, though. Oh my god, that Flames of Asgore melted those Fiends. Oh, that was hideous. Oh, and then we have a impactful explosion from the train here. This train blob may be the end of Slaanesh here. If you don't bring any of the Marauder Horsemen, if you don't bring like double Soul Grinder, you actually may struggle to kill this train late game. If there's other stuff around it, and there's a shit ton of anti-large stuff. Like Azazel isn't bad. The the stuff with the Marauder Horsemen aren't bad. I think the Demon Tongue even has physical resist. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's gonna kill this train at this point. I mean, I guess the Demonettes can, but they gotta kill all the cav first. You gotta kill the cav, and then you gotta try to kill the Demon Tongue with fiends. And Demon Tongue just got a little cheeky shot into the side of that fiend. He ignored it pretty much. Only Siege Furies. Okay, only Siege Furies. So them having armor piercing is still very gross. I think Korn objectively has very strong ones. Um, and like obviously when I'm playing Korn, I utilize the hell out of them. But I will say I'm not like if I play demons, right? I feel for utility, maybe like they're objectively the strongest, but I feel for like utility, I end up using, if I use Furies, I end up using Slanesh Furies the most. Because I just feel like they're really good at cav engagements because of the armor piercing in most situations. GG. Really well played, but unfortunately it wasn't quite decided on the build screen, but it basically was. In order to defeat that build, you would have to use your mobility and your fears and your all this stuff to you really would have to focus not Zatan. I mean Zatan's cool to focus in a bit, but you need to clear out his chaff somehow. Then also get rid of those bull centaurs as fast as possible. Once you get rid of the bull centaurs, he's going to be hard pressed to protect the train from all your stuff. But that's really the only way forward in this particular matchup in this particular two builds. Uh, you know, there's probably got to go a little more. I wouldn't mind Azazel here just so he can fly around. And he's one of my favorite lords, but he's also just a good lord in general. Yeah. Okay, GG's. How'd the fiends do? Not great. Yeah, just was rough. Was rough once they kind of went into the blob mode, and then that Flames Asgore absolutely obliterated the fiend unit. All right, looks like are we getting our final? I assume a final is on the way, brother. And once we get that, we that will be the grand finale, really. Hello there. Saw, dude. How you doing, Socher? How do you do? Let's see, Gorgazon, Finals, Doc Karaz. So I don't know. They don't have a thing open anyway. We shall wait. The Bat one. Gorgazon, so they just finished theirs. He said, I need you to win. Somebody in my dumb, there we go. Okay, now I can see stuff. Jesus, the streamer mode for Discord has been just making me feel like I can't read, but it's they blur out your names. All right. So it's Oishi versus Zeus in the finale here. And once they are ready, oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I'm traveling by train. Well, not only traveling by train, you are witnessing A train. The train of doom raining down upon poor Slanesh with no armor-piercing missiles. Yep. Very tragic. I mean, I don't think I think those slicing shards wasn't a bad call there. I don't know, because that blob was huge. Like if he had landed that slicing shards like right in that blob, those bull centaurs would have been hosed. They would have been real in trouble. And then maybe you pull back and then get some good charges on them or something. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, tough matchup, tough build compositions there. But you know, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. That is how the cookie crumbles. Grom's left nut. I didn't realize that was the game that we have selected here. Oh. Nice. We could refresh. Give me the refresh, or not refresh, but let's check the. Oh, it is not up yet, brother. Please, brother, give me the games. No, brother. The games are all mine, given to me by the tall, skinny figure. Yeah, so if you're just like wondering what the fuck this creepy voice is going on, there's this meme where this like guy basically wrote like a whole fucking script off of this like goofy pig photo from like the like I don't know like a very old like farmer's like classic portrait or whatever, and and like he writes this whole like script for these two like just heinous pigs that are arguing over if one should share the grain or not with the other one. It's like really funny. And it's voiced over, and then it got voiced over by this guy who just has like an amazing voice. He sounds like a space marine. I mean, he sounds like a natural born space marine. Like not, he didn't use any effects. He doesn't use it, but he just sounds like a space marine. It's ridiculous. Very funny. Very good times. Oh, oops. I just exited the little streamer the thing there. Oopsies. I think I'm still streaming here. If I go live, am I still? Yes. Okay, good. That gave me a heart attack for a second. I was like, well, might have to shut down the stream. Oopsies. What are we looking for? What's the finale here? Doc Karaz. Alright, guys. Don't make me come in there now, boy. It seems I don't know who's the AFK one, but someone's AFK. Damn it! That's only allowed to be me. You're taking my job. Stop it! I am the negligent one. I am the one who runs late. I am the one who is slow beyond slow. You cannot get me to pick an army faster than the a leap year comes around. Please, brother. Please. You cannot take my powers from me. Okay. I think we got it. Or at least we got the spectate going. There we go. So we're in the lobby. We're big chillin'. We waiting for the throwdown of a century here. Yes, yes. All right, I'm gonna go refill my water while we wait and anticipate. Sorry, I had to do it. Anyone seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, that disturbing movie? You know what I'm talking about. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Mm. Oh, oh, oh. Looks like we have our second combatant here. I am hyped for sure. Looks like Zeens versus Chaos Doors. This is always an interesting one because it's really just a play of, can someone play static and know how to conserve the resources and bring the right things to be able to both outlast. Oh, no. It changed on a dime. All that crap I was talking, just throw that out the window because now we're watching High Elves versus Zinch. A true man's game. I mean, elf's game. It is. You know, wish I had Ryder here. He could tell you all about it. But from a Zinch perspective, they have a good amount of options here. I mean, blue firing like all their archers is not horrible. You can go very kite here. You can also go. I mean, Forsaken are bad here now, but the issue is it's almost certain that High Elves are going to bring archers. I mean, they kind of need to because if they don't, then Changebringers just fuck you up. So there's got to be some decent amount of ranged in there. Um, you can birds obviously don't care too much about range. Uh, yeah, I mean, I feel like they're like infantry clear isn't bad either. So like if Isles go box, you could probably clear out their box pretty good. You just got to be careful with the Fireborn and good Dragon Prince play and good mobility play. Maybe if they have like a really spooky like Dragon Lord or like a some kind of weird single entity jam, maybe could surprise you. I don't know. Do not know here. I'm taking a little peeksies. I'm cheating. I'm taking a little peek at the armies. I'm cheating. I'm look-seeing. I'm a little peeping Tom. We play the new Warcraft 3 Reforged update with Turn and Pwn. Um, I am notoriously not very good at Warcraft 3. I I am not like, there's like what is it? There's levels, and like the thing about Turn and Pwn is that they may not be at the top like skill level now, but you can almost assuredly know by playing with them just in any amount of video games that they were like very very good at one point, and they still just with their experience blow me out of the water. And also I just haven't obviously applied myself to trying to figure out the game. That being said, mm, no, I'd play with them, uh, like maybe in some kind of wacky free for all, or maybe a big teams game. It's just like if you bring like if I come in on a team, I am just dragging that team into hell with me. I'm grabbing them, kicking and screaming. And they're like, "No, what are you doing? Why are you fumbling units? You don't even know the build order. What's going on?" I'm just like, "Ha ha ha ha! I don't even know what half my units do." And like like, and they're just like screaming and fleeing. That's really what happened whenever I play like some random like old game that Turin knows and I don't know. He's just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Ha ha ha ha! Yes, I'm fucking it up for everyone because I don't know what's happening." Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good times. Pretty good times. Except for like Dawn of War 2. But that's because I played Dawn of War 2 for quite a while and I actually enjoyed it. The issue with Dawn of War 2 is that it crashes. It crashes a bit. And there's, I don't know how the community is, like, because I don't monitor them that much. Um, but at one point, the community, like, for Dawn of War 2, multiplayer became a little toxic, a little heinous. So it was just kind of not fun to play after a while. You're just like, okay. And also older games get in this loop where it's like you get very experienced players who just can't let it go, and not let it go, but they just they they expect you to know everything they know, and it just doesn't work out well a lot of the time because they're just like, oh, this super simple thing that I've learned over hundreds of hours. You're just like, okay, but like I didn't know that. Ah, thank you, brother. Yeah, it's fun to play with them. It's really fun to play with them. I like playing like Dune with them, and I haven't played Total War with them in a long time, but I liked playing Total War with them. Uh, Anything goofy is pretty good. I mean, like the thing is, it's funny because inherently I actually am a pretty competitive person, but it's like when it comes to gaming, gaming's a lot like in some things in life you can like train harder and you will get like very like quick results and stuff. Gaming you have to like it's the same idea. It's like the brain's a muscle, but it's just like there's some humps that like are very like obnoxious, and it's more so that they're not even like ridiculously hard to go through, but you might just have to grind for a while to figure it out. And with my schedule combined with my personality of like slight impatientness, very impatient sometimes. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work out sometimes. Like I have to be very motivated and also have the time to do it, which rarely coincide. Well, it looks like okay. We switched factions like 3 times. I went from Zinj Chaos Dwarves to Wood Elves High Elves now. Um, Again, another matchup that a Rider would be very useful in doing. I don't know if he's. Hmm. I don't. Nope. I don't see him. If he was in somewhere, I would probably drag him. Drag him into the stream. But yeah. Dude is one of the few games I've played where I could pick it up and be competitive with a turn or prop win. Yeah, I mean, it's also like it is a very political game, you know? And I think people have to realize um that it like is it is one of those games like Commander. If people have played Magic the Gathering Commander mode, essentially a free for all will never be fair, you know. So like you have to kind of jimmy and shimmy your way into positions and use what resources you do have to your advantage, and that's kind of the give and take of the game. And it's really hilarious because it's like different factions, very different stuff. So it's like you can kind of narrow down like what people are going to try to do, and so then it becomes like if you watch a turn game and you like watch like right at the end when it's like all the shit's hitting the fan and everyone's trying to pop off, that's when things are like truly hilarious and crazy and all the crazy plays are made. But the issue is getting to that state, that game state is hard because you have to have a lobby full of people who have played it out exactly like that. Now, for the players, I think it's fine. Like the player, like I enjoy playing Dune just because it's like, okay, it's resource management for a lot of the time. And like, yeah, you're still like going up against opponents, but you're also just trying to like manage your own stuff. The brutal part's the RTS part, but like, it's not it's a lot of self managing, and then it becomes like, okay, now that I'm out of my like economy like is stable, I got the build that I'm trying to go for kind of in line. Now I can go like really engage with other players and really try to like push my little agenda or whatever. Because like unlike Commander, which is a turn-based card game, uh, Dune is an RTS, so it's like you don't have time to like fiddle around and be super political all the time. But like at higher levels of play, you definitely you need to do both. You need to be an RTS player um, and and like a grand political strategist, which it's a really cool combo. I mean, it's a really fun game. It's got a lot of stuff going for it. All right, sorry. I'll go over the armies in a second. I got to reply to something. Okay, let's go over our armies for the high elves because I don't know if we've seen them this game. I don't think so. Techless on a horse. He's got bound fiery convocation, regrowth, net of Ammontalk, martial prowess, just a classic thing. Um, Lyran Reavers, Lyran Reavers. Okay, so does he have any other? Nope. He's got 4 Lyran Reavers in the back, which is pretty sick. He's got 2 Dragon Princes on this flank, 2 Silver Helms on this flank, 1 Silver Helm, 1 Dragon Prince. So that's odd. So he has a weak flank. Okay. Um, and then he has 2 Lothern Seaguard, or more importantly, a strong flank, really. Um, that's about his army. Spearmen, hybrid spearmen, yada yada. We have 4 Glade Riders, Hagbane Tips. We have a Durthu with his Sword of Daith Classic and Flock of Doom, and then he has all of his bullshit. He's just a menace right now, kind of crazy. 4 Eternal Guard as a front line. We have 3 Zotes, which is crazy. They have Flesh of Stone, Earthblood. So a lot of Earthbloods, which is actually kind of crazy because it's just free healing for Durthu, which is just menace activity. But other than that, I wouldn't say the Zotes are too crazy, and they will absolutely get their shit rocked by Dragon Princes in a clean engagement. So they need to be kind of careful and sit next to their spears. We're seeing some archers of the Lothern Sea Guard poke out at the Glade Riders, trading up a little bit into them because they have much longer range. Well, only 15, I suppose. Um, Silver Helms charging up, trying to screen them some more. There we go. Sorry, I had to the text to be flowing. Dragon Prince is coming in. Are they going to get the charge of Blade Riders? Probably not. They're going to pull away. But do they instead charge the Zotes? No. They take their time and engage at another day. Glade. Ooh, a fire. Oh my god. Oh, that fiery communication was gross. I didn't even notice that was going on because of classic Goji negligence, but like he didn't see it either. God damn, that is brutal. Half their HP gone. They're still reeling from the loss. They're just like, ew. Lyrian Reavers, they're just chilling, getting shot a bunch. They need to probably engage or kind of F off for now. They definitely should be comboing with the Silver Helms and Dragon Princes to isolate these zones, like kind of pressure up. Yeah, you can't really engage this front line too much, but you have 50 melee defense spearmen, which is just pretty good, and they're also just going to beat these half-health Eternal Guard, which is going to be nice. Durthu waddling up. Glade Riders chilling. They are taking some damage, but they are kind of forced inside this pocket here because of all the incoming high health cav, which are a little too spread out for my likings, I think. These guys are getting charged. They are uphill. Then these guys should turn around and shoot them or engage them in melee. He has a lot of picks here, which or had a lot of opportunities to kind of isolate units, and that's what you need to do in this situation. Especially because once the grind happens and Durthu finds his home, it is going to be hard to dislodge him, and you're going to not want to engage that blob because he will AoE damage the hell out of you. So you kind of, yeah, like these guys need to shoot in here. This wasn't the worst charge, but you're taking a good amount of, it took 8 casualties. You know, probably didn't need to do that. Leader Reavers, Dragon Princes, they need to charge in. These guys can stay here, but these guys need to go. They are charging Lothern, which actually these Eternal Guards should win their full health in a full melee unit. Leader Reaver's getting slowed? Sort of dazed. I don't know if that's a good sort of death. Flock of Doom on these guys as well. I don't know if that was really worth it. You only have 2 swords of deaths, I believe. Yeah. So, okay, these guys are finally getting slowly picked apart by some Dragon Princes. These Lyrian Reavers are getting punched by Zotes and Durthu and want to get the hell out of Dodge. Zotes are isolated here. Dragon Princes need to engage the Zotes. And this Illyrian needs to pincer them. This Illyrian needs to pincer them. These things need to be taken care of when they can. Otherwise, they're just going to like come back to Durthu and heal and stuff. That being said, Hiles are getting like a good amount of value. That Earthblood was pretty fat. Another Fiery Convocation on a double. So these same guys get absolutely cooked like by the Phoenix twice. I love how the Phoenix just like slides, like he just like grinds on the ground like Tony Hawk or whatever. Like looks pretty sick. Spearmen running up, they can go engage the Zotes as well. These Zotes need to start getting taken care of, even though you know, I mean, it's really Zotes and Durthu are still the win condition, but since the rest of the army's going down pretty hard, it's not like, you know, extra dire, but it is fairly dire. Sorry, I'm just keep getting distracted here. Dragon Princes, sliding up in. Are they actually going to get a rear charge on these things? Yes. But will it be with Durthu right in the middle, cleaving probably a couple of them down, one of them down, yep. And then the Zotes get the charge. Like, oh, the Dragon Prince play is killing me, Smalls. It's killing me, Smalls. Oishi, when you rewatch this game, just notice all of the what the Dragon Princes, you know, what they're meant to do, where they're meant to be put. Because there's many a time, and you might even still win this. There's a very good chance you can still win this. But it could have been like over, I think, for a little bit here. Some of those Zotes could have been just like absolutely screwed. And maybe if they, you know, what is it? Flesh to Stone, they actually maybe survive some of those encounters. But they'd be severely damaged. You know, they'd be severely hurting. Oops. Alright, in the flanks here, we still have Glade Riders being chased around by Dragon Princes. Glade Riders are faster. Glade Riders will continue to kite them. They do have poison damage, so it's like they're slowing them as well. Um, Eventually they will get caught, and they're not doing a ton of damage, so it's not the worst thing ever. They are getting shot now. But this is still a waste of energy for the Dragon Princes, I would say. Leon Reaver's chasing down some Zotes to get tied up in other stuff. We do have a Dragon Princess following up. We maybe want the Dragon Prince to, yeah, get a clearing charge on the side or the edge here somewhere. Yeah, it's looking like the Zotes are going to struggle to find a home now. Dirthy's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, getting probably shot at this point. He needs to be close to the Zotes. He probably needs to slowly walk up and start destroying the infantry and stuff. Point is only at 171 or 73 for the Wood Elves, so nowhere close to it being decided on points. Dragon Prince is still trying to corral these Glade Riders to no avail as they waddle away. Zote's coming in, trying to get a rear charge here. Dirthy probably, again, should have been closer. Like, this would have been a fat Sword of Death and Block of Doom. This would have been a fat one. Get the Zotes in there, Flesh of Stone them, then just like Flock of Doom and Sword of Death the hell out of those two Dragon Princes. That would have been money. Zotes fighting Illyrian Reavers, beating the crap out of them. Dirthy's still hanging strong. We still have some ammo to unload into the Wood Elf army from the High Elves here. Value's almost doubled. Well, almost doubled. And there's still, let's see how many Earthbloods left. We have 0 Earthblood, 1 Earthblood, no third Zote, or no, 0, 0. So 1 Earthblood left in total. So it's not the worst for the High Elves here. I think the High Elves might actually be able to do this just because of the compositions here. I think 3 Zotes is a little ambitious. It is kind of like hilarious. And in some situations, I feel like it'd be scary. Like, if you just focus on the blob. But the issue is, again, like, underestimating the High Elf prowess in ranged combat is one you will regret, even as Wood Elves. Obviously, full kite Wood Elves obliterates full kite High Elves, but you're not going to see full kite High Elves most of the time. You're going to see a balanced build like this, which you get good cav, very strong hold the line infantry, and then very cost effective like archers that have long range. Zote's coming in to smack around some of the Lothern eventually. These guys will probably lose that fight, but Zotes are probably going to take some damage from the anti-large. Dirthy's just kind of wandering around here, and I don't think he's gotten any fat flocks or daiths, unfortunately. We have a flock on the Dragon Prince here, dealing good damage there, and he's bringing it over to the Lothern. Isn't the worst in the world, but we need some fatties. And do we have any Swords of Daith left? Nope, no swords. So this late game, which is really when you want to save it for 2 things, right? You want to save a Daith flock combo for a huge gathering of like elite cav or just a huge blob in general. And you can do that semi-early if the opportunity presents itself. But really, it's like such a late game, like just Thrasher too. Because it's like you have to engage Dirthy with something, usually. Unless you're just shooting him to death. And then whatever you engage him with, if it's like multi-entity, it's just getting like AoE'd to death. He is a crap ton of HP. He's an absolute monster in melee. He's just a late game nightmare, you know? And really, that's the kind of scary part about this build. If he runs out of ammo before he's able to really deal with Dirthy and the Zotes, it's going to come down to cycle charging Dragon Princes, which Dirthy will be fine with. The Zotes may die, and if Dirthy's alone, he might just get outlasted. But honestly, I could see this go either way at this stage. So we're getting a fat Flock of Doom. It's just a regular Flock of Doom, but that is a fat one. And if he had saved Sword of Death, this might have been game right here, right? Like that would probably be game. But we're seeing the surrounding of the Zotes. The Zotes seem like they're dying because the Dragon Prince's got a full surround and they're gonna just beat their ass. And then now we sit back uh, with eight volleys to Durthu, which will do okay damage. And then, oh, did these guys come back? Oh no, you got to take care of these guys too before they get onto the Lothern there. Even though they're not, which they need to get onto the Lothern. Durthu's gonna get shot as much as possible, and then he's gonna cycle charge as much as possible. And as long as high elves aren't dumb and accidentally give away the game on points by not capturing the point, we should see a high elf victory, in my opinion. It's just going to take some cycle charging and surrounding of the dearth. Fire communication clean like a A10 Warthog close air support strike. Exactly. Alright. Oh god, why is he throwing Teclis in there? Teclis is not a fighter. Oh god, no, get Teclis out of there. Don't wait. No. Don't throw the tech boy. Oh my god, that tree sound is terrifying. He's casting and screeching. Oh yeah. There you go. That's a huge Flock of Doom AoE. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. You're gonna have to play it really tight. You have to play it really tight. You have to piecemeal when you can. You're gonna have to time out some of his stuff. Recharge is what? Cooldown 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, you gotta realize that he's gonna do that. If he has magic left, which he might. But yeah, I need to keep cycle charging. You can't bring Teclis into this fight. I know. Did he bring the potion at least? He didn't bring the potion, so if Teclis gets dangerously low, oh my god! Oh, Teclis, you don't do it. Stay away, Teclis. Stay away now. And you gotta keep cycle charging. Leave in, like, if this was land battle, you'd have to leave in one. But the principle is exactly the same. You just leave in a thing, you cycle charge, you cycle charge. You bring your other Dragon Prince to cycle charge. But you only do one at a time, because if he AoE damages your stuff, you're screwed. That's how it's gotta be. That's how tight you have to play it. And then another one's coming in. Very good flock there. There's two sitting duck there. You might as well engage with him. I don't think you have any healing. You have regrowth, I guess. You have regrowth, the healthy dragon. 27? 34. I would regrowth that one. Pull that one. Throw that one in. If you have a regrowth. Which I think he's just used convocations. So I don't know. How much did those cost? Oh, he's just a bound one. So yeah, he's chilling. No, don't charge Teclis. What are you doing? Don't do it. Stop it. Stop doing that. You're suiciding him. Is he going to suicide him? Oh my god. Durthu just like routing the... No! There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary. Dragon Prince is coming in for a recharge. And then recharge again. And then pull it out. And then recharge again. Then run these guys in. No, don't do it. Don't get greedy now. Oh my god. He routed. Army lost. Oh. Save replay. What else? Final. Okay. Holy shit. What a game, guys. Alright, guys, I gotta skedaddle a little bit because my buddy whose birthday it has been hounding me for a little bit, and I don't want to just... Oh my god, 4,370 value. Oh, gross. But, yeah, I was gonna stick around and show you guys the intro video, or intro, like, kind of montage I made. So if you guys want to see a cool intro montage, go back to the stream and watch the very, like, beginning of it after the orc song. Then there's a kind of montage of a bunch of different clips of Total War Warhammer cinematic trailers. But GG's everybody. Thank you RTK for hosting. Thank you Jepardos for being the main host. Thank you guys for being great players and delivering another good Pacific Conquest tournament. Thank you guys for joining us tonight's stream. It was very appreciated. Good to see y'all here. Hope you all have a very good day, very good night. Stay safe, stay well. Goji out for now, but I will be back later to claim more skulls and booty. Bounty. Whoops. All right, guys. Catch you later.